This is the Insurance Management Tutorial. Billing a claim with the appropriate insurance information is one of the most important aspects to creating and submitting claims. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to add insurance information to a patient, such as coverage information, statement of benefits, and some of the key details for clean claim submission. Insurance information can be added or modified at any time through the patient information screen. However, you generally add insurance to a patient's record when adding the patient. When adding a new patient and you know the holder of the insurance is the spouse, it is much easier to add the spouse's information here, as we have an information import button later on when documenting the holder of the policy. When you are finished adding the patient's demographic information, you select the Save button, and you are automatically taken to the Insurance tab within the patient information screen. To add a payer, insurance coverage, to the patient, click the green plus icon here. Search for the insurance company under the Payer Search area. If the payer ID is provided on the back of the patient insurance card, you may also type in the 5-digit number into this field. Make sure that you use the Mail To name on the back of the card. The name on the front of the card may be the group the member belongs to at their place of employment. This is more common with smaller, local insurance companies. Once the insurance name is found, click the name to select it. Some small local insurance companies are not listed in our database and will need to be added. Select the Add Payer link here. Note, if you are new to Red Pine, please give us a call before adding a payer. Oftentimes, it is just a matter of searching correctly, and we can help you with that. Always confirm the payer address, regardless of whether or not you are submitting electronically. Many payers require the address to internally sort the claims within their antiquated systems. Generally, the address is displayed on the back of the patient's insurance card. If it doesn't, take the extra minute to call the insurance company and confirm where the claim is needed to be sent. If you need to add an additional address to our database, simply click the Add Address icon here, and you'll be able to select it for future patients with the same insurance. The system defaults the policyholder to self. If the holder is somebody other than the patient, the spouse for example, select the Holder Edit icon here. Select the relationship of the holder to the patient, spouse, parent guardian, workers' comp, or other. For this example, we will use spouse. Another dialog box will appear with the necessary fields to fill out. It is very important to fill out each line. Hint, if the holder is spouse, you may click the default spouse information button. You will need to enter the gender and date of birth, and the signature date. Click Save. Enter the patient member number. No spaces, no dashes, even if they are on the card. If there is a family covered on the card, and they are differentiated by a 01, 02, 03, for example, without any spaces, add these two numbers to the end of the patient's member ID number. Enter the group number. Enter the group name. This will be printed on the front of the card. If there isn't a specific group, leave this area blank. Do not put NA in fields unless specifically requested by a certain insurance company. Enter the start date. If benefits are called on, the representative will always provide this information to you. The end date will remain blank until the policy is ended. It is important to always add the end date when the patient gets new insurance to eliminate confusion between which insurance needs to be billed. We have the ability to determine assignment acceptance. This is used primarily for Medicare. This box is checked by default. If you want the insurance company to mail the check to the patient, uncheck this box. The vast majority of the time, you will most likely not deal with this box. When the insurance company is called to retrieve detailed benefit information, enter in the representative's name, phone number, and the date they were called on. This information will come in handy if you ever have to contest coverage information. Place check marks in the boxes for the appropriate services that are covered. If pre-authorization, prescription, or referral is needed, place a check mark and enter in the date received. When you are finished entering in the coverage information, click the Save icon here. Inputting the statement of benefits is the final step in adding an insurance to a patient. Click the Statement of Benefits link here to document them. To add a copay amount, deductible, or coinsurance basis percentage, click the Add icon next to the specific benefit. Add a start date for the copay. This is typically the same as the start date for the coverage. Enter the copay amount. Extremely important note, if you only note one field in the Statement of Benefits area, put in the copay amount. The system does a lot of under-the-covers work that uses the copay automatically. For example, when you check in or check out a patient, the system automatically tells you what the copay amount is. Further, it automatically ties the copay to the invoice for this patient's visit, claim, and eventually the EOB reconciliation process. And save. If you need to update the copay amount to account for an increased copay under the same coverage, which generally occurs upon renewal, put an end date on the old copay. And add the new copay amount with the start date here. Do not just delete the old one. Add the deductible amount and amount remaining if you have that information, as well as the coinsurance basis percentage. If you have completed a payer fee schedule for this particular payer to be used to track the patient's statement of benefits, see the system setup tutorial that explains how to do this. Generally, you will set up a payer fee schedule for your top payers, not for every payer. As per the payer fee schedules that your practice sets up, the patient's benefits will default to that baseline, default information. You can modify the specific patient's known remaining benefits to reflect the reality. As you create claims and reconcile the resulting EOBs into the system, the specific patient's benefits will automatically count down. Note, these benefits are also accessible from the RCT screen. The practitioner need not leave their documentation screen to access the very same information. They simply click here. When complete, select the Close Statement of Benefits link here. The system allows you to add an unlimited number of payers to a patient. As patients change insurance companies, use their auto insurance, etc., you may find yourself adding payers from time to time. To make insurance management easier, you may want to put the payers in a default order. The drop-down located here allows you to rank or reorder the payers. We will discuss connecting specific payers to episodes in follow-on episode tutorials.